Hi, welcome back to MyFit.ca's Best Fitness Trackers of 2013. Today I've got the best 4 fitness trackers available. I've got the Jawbone Up, the Nike Fuelband, the Fitbit Flex, and the LifeTrak 200. All these bands do virtually the same thing, but they accomplish them with different features. First of all, the Jawbone Up, it's at $99. Nike Fuelband is $150. The Fitbit Flex, which is $99, and the LifeTrak 200, which is $59. So this has the lowest cost for tracking your steps and calories and so on. But I'll talk more about that later on. Let's talk about styling. First off, we have the Jawbone Up. This is a very nice looking band. It's a little bit thicker than the Fitbit Flex, but not as thick as the Nike Fuelband. It wraps all the way around your wrist and has a little cap here that you plug into your phone and plug in to charge. This piece right here got caught on a lot of things that I own, so as much as I love the look of it when it's on, I don't necessarily like it gets caught on everything, and sometimes I lost this little cap here, which was not cool. Next off, we have the Nike Fuelband. This Fuelband is very nice looking with a nice clasp system, which you can just push this button and it'll pop open to charge and install the firmware. It's got a nice little button here and it looks great. Then we have the Fitbit Flex, which has a little LED up here to tell us the progress. I do like the look of this band the best. It's the thinnest band. It's much thinner than the Fuelband and even the Jawbone Up. Just looks like almost a Livestrong type bracelet, but nicer looking. And then we have the C200 sport watch. This is a great looking sport watch, but it's still a sport watch. I wouldn't wear it to dinner. I wouldn't wear it out on nice occasions. But that said, I would wear it most days to keep track of my progress. Let's talk about overall motivation. First off, the Jawbone Up. I really did not like how you have to plug this in to find out your stats. It doesn't have immediate feedback. There's no LEDs to tell me how much I've done, calories I burned. You have to plug it in to integrate with all the apps that you have and are working with currently. I really didn't like that until these other bands came out. I didn't mind it, but then I would prefer the Bluetooth option, definitely. Then we have the Nike Fuelband. I really like this band for motivation, actually. Having the fuel points and gives me the steps and calories right on the band, and it does sync with my phone. That was a nice, really nice motivational feature. It gives me notifications when I sync the band as well, right to my watch as well. Next off, we have the Fitbit Flex. I found this the most motivational. It has a great website tool. It syncs in the background without pushing any button, which is the big difference between the Fitbit Flex and the Nike Fuelband. You have to push the button to sync it. It makes it look like you don't have to push the button on their app and perhaps their ads, but you do have to push the button to sync it. Next off, we have the C200, which I find this extremely motivational because of the progress bar up here. I really like that, and you can get immediate feedback with your calories right on. You don't have to push any buttons. That's the greatest thing to get your. You can leave it on your step count here, and it'll just go up the second you start walking. And it also gives you a active heart rate, which is really, really, really nice. I really like this feature. I believe the Withings Pulse will also come out with this feature, but I really like this. Next, let's talk about Bluetooth syncing. I couldn't give any rating, obviously, to the Jawbone Up because it doesn't have any Bluetooth. You have to plug it in. You got to take this cap off and then plug it in. It's a pretty nice, or it's a very nice looking app. I'll give them that. But to sync the band, you got to plug it in. So I gave it 0 stars. Fuelband, again, you have to hold the button to start the syncing process, and I just didn't like that. To be honest with you, I like the Fitbit Flex where it automatically syncs in the background. As long as the app is open in your taskbar on your phone, it will sync. So you can check throughout the day on the website, or you can just double click here and you'll get your progress right here. And then also this doesn't have Bluetooth support, so we couldn't give it any marks for that. But the C300 and the C400 LifeTrak has the Bluetooth option. Next off, let's talk about app integration. Here we have the Jawbone Up app, And within the app, you can go to the app gallery, and there's where you can connect to all the different apps. So here you have MyFitnessPal, MapMyFitness, If and Then That, Withings, Willow, Notch, Sleepio, Lose It, and CarePass from Aetna. So there's quite a bit of apps that it does sync with. So I did give it full marks for app integration, with the major asterisks of the fact that you still have to plug it in. Next, I'll show you the rest of the app. You can basically go to your home screen, which is today, gives you a progress report for today, and you can scroll through days. It gives you a nice chart there. You can go on your profile screen. You can go on your lifeline, trends, your friends, your apps, your notifications, settings, and help. So it's a very nice looking app. I really like the way it looks. You can log food as well. You can see your sleep as well and get detailed results. It has the best sleep tracking by far. So the app is just great. Next, let's talk about the app integration for the Nike Fuelband. You'll see here, this is the home screen of the Nike Fuelband app. It only works with iPhones right now, but it has two apps that it syncs with, which isn't very good, Lose It and one other. But I know they are just opening up their API now, and we will be adding their service as well. So you'll be able to sync with MyFit Fitness as well. The app itself is very nice looking. You can see your activity here and your friends and your profile here. So it's a great looking app, has great notification features, and the only thing I don't like about the app right now is that you do have to push the button to sync. I'm not a fan of that. What I find interesting about the Fuelband here is that it does say auto sync and background mode on. So I think it does have some sort of auto sync features. It just doesn't work very well. You still have to push the button from what I can tell. Next, we have the Fitbit Flex app. This is a very nice looking app with lots of features. The web side of the Fitbit has all the connections to the apps, but I'll show you the connections on the iPhone app. You can connect to MyFitnessPal, which it is. I just haven't used it today. And then this is your sleep here, the calories burned. You can set goals and tweet your results. And you have your distance here, how far I've gone. You can set goals on that as well. You have your water consumption, which is fairly easy to input. And then I have my Withings integration, my WS50 scale, which is connected to it. Really like the look of this app. You have your activity here, your weight here, you have your friends here, and your settings for setting up your tracker, or you have entering your water amounts. You have to go through here and enter in water here, and then you can also log your food on here as well. But this connects into MyFitnessPal, which is by far the best calorie tracker from what we can tell. As far as app integration goes, the Fitbit Flex has the best and most amount of apps that support it. So you won't go wrong if you're using a certain app. They will probably look at focusing on Fitbit integration if they haven't already. And finally, the LifeTrak C200. Now this watch doesn't have any Bluetooth, so it doesn't have, and it also doesn't have its own app. We are going to support the LifeTrak band, so you'll see LifeTrak integration into our MyFit app. So look for that soon. You'll be able to see a total step count, calorie count, and other details right up here. Next, let's talk about waterproofing. All these bands, with the exception of the C200, are water resistant, which means that it's rain proof, splash proof, sweat proof, and shower resistant. So you can't go for a swim with these, and you can't take it with you in the bath, and you can't wash it in the washing machine. So don't make that mistake with these. They're very easy to forget about them. This one I lived with for over 2 months, and you can go do anything you want with it. You can tell it's a little scratched up though, but I did take it in the water. I did absolutely everything with it, and I forgot about it, which is great because it integrates with your life. You don't have to charge it. You don't have to remember to take it off before you take a shower. I wasn't comfortable with showering with these knowing that they weren't fully waterproof. Let's talk about battery life. First off, the Jawbone Up has a great 10-day battery. I attribute that to the fact that there's no Bluetooth in it. It does a great job with their battery though, but again, there's no Bluetooth. And the Nike Fuelband gives about 3 to 5 days of battery claimed. I've experienced probably about 4 days so far. Next off, we have the Fitbit Flex. This lasts so far about 6.5 days. It's very good. I don't like the fact that you have to take out the little device itself out of the back of this, which I'll show you in a minute, and charge it from there. And then finally we have the watch. This C200 uses a watch battery, and you don't need to charge this thing. It gives you 2 years of battery life, which is awesome. Since it's waterproof, you can literally forget about it, and you don't have to spend time charging it. Now let's talk about things that I liked and I didn't like about each band. First off, the Jawbone Up has absolutely horrid quality control. Their first band failed miserably. I had 3 of mine exchanged. They have great support though. They kept sending me new bands, and they did offer a no questions asked refund for their band, and they still supported the warranty even after the no questions asked refund. So great support, terrible quality control. I know their version 2 is much better, but for that reason I had the version 1. I have to dock it stars for that. There's no LCD, no LEDs, so you can't tell what's going on. It's got a great app and a great sleep mode. The cap falls off, which I didn't like, and it can easily get lost. Next up we have the Fuelband, which doubles as a watch. I really like that feature. I really like this nice bright LEDs. So you don't need a watch. If you just carry around your phone, you can use this for the time. There's no sleep mode, which might be big for some people. You might not care. I liked having sleep being tracked. It's got a great app support and a large community following. So if you've got friends, they might have a Nike Fuelband, and you can go with it from there. Again, I didn't like the fact that you have to push the button to sync it. That's annoying. Next up is the Fitbit Flex. I docked at 4 stars because it changes modes from sleep mode to active mode very easily. This is a huge problem in my mind. I can just make it switch modes just by tapping the table a whole bunch of times, and it'll switch into sleep mode. I really didn't like that. I was pushing a cart at Costco and it switched modes on me. As you can see, the Fitbit Flex changes modes way too easily. Another thing that needs work of the Fitbit Flex is their sleep information. If you look back here, you'll see that on the Fitbit main page it says that I slept 8 hours and 19 minutes. But if you go into the sleep mode and you check out your sleep for last night, it shows that the time of sleep is 6 hours. So there's a discrepancy there. And it's not as much detailed information as the Jawbone Up. Now I also gave it 2 stars for having such a great app and great support and a great community. Let's talk about the LifeTrak C200. I really liked the pulse readings. I gave it an extra 3 stars for having an active pulse reader right on the watch. I also gave it 1 star for doubling as a watch, and I docked it 2 stars for no sleep mode, and of course because it's not Bluetooth, the data is stuck on the device, so I had to take 2 stars away for that. Once I tallied up all the stars, I found that I liked the Fitbit Flex the most. Then I would say to purchase the C200, and I would get the Nike Fuelband next, and finally the Jawbone Up. I hope you enjoyed my review of the best fitness trackers of 2013. Come check us out at myfit.ca, and you can visit us at our Facebook at facebook.com/myfit.ca, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.